Hello everyone, my name is Bubba Bryzak and I'm a fourth year medical student at Florida State University. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you my experience going through the emergency medicine rotation at Orlando Health. Come along for the ride. We got the great Dane over here with his yellow hat, ready to swing like a baseball bat.
What you know about the leotard?
We got my bike over here.
Do you have a pump or just that little one?
She's aluminum, but she works. Currently 95 degrees out. This boy's sweating it. I'm sweating it. Burning our calories off. Let's get it. Way too damn hot. So we got the Great Dane rigging up a hook. What you putting on there? Explain it to the viewers who know what fishing.
Putting on a little bobber for some bass fishing.
Because it's all about that bass, but that bass no trouble. Today's dinner sponsored by Bunch of Worms. Hey. Alright, let's rig her up. Well, we got our first fish within the first 5 minutes of being here. It's a tiny guy, still a guy. Would you say maybe like 2 pounder?
Are you shitting me? 2 ounces?
Well guys, we got absolutely rained on. I don't know if you guys can see, but the rainbow is still there, but it's more of the rain and less of the bow. So I found a little tree to plop myself over while Dane runs over and gets the car. But you know, I think we might wait it out just because there aren't really many clouds. So I'm assuming this is a very transient cloud. So hopefully we can catch some fish. So far we've only got 1 fish and 1 turtle, so there's plenty more to come in my opinion. So we're gonna stay put and hopefully catch a bass. Houston will have a problem. Unfortunately, it keeps raining. And I mean, regardless, I still go out there and trying to catch some fish, but they like nibble on the hook. And then I see the little bob go down and then all of a sudden they're off it. So they just be stealing my worms for nothing. 5-finger discount that. I'm like, God damn, bite on the hook one day, you know? All those SpongeBob episodes that I've seen where they swing on the hooks, that's not real.
Cheesy.
But hopefully this rain will die down very soon and we finna catch some fish. It is 6:31 and we are heading to work. It's the boy Dane Wagner, also a 4th year classmate. We are out here going on our ER rotation at Orlando Health. How we feeling?
Coffee in hand.
Coffee in hand, vibes. Tired. He took a 20-minute nap. I just cooked some salmon and quinoa. All right, we got Natalie in the pic now. Natalie, say what up to the gram or the video.
Hello.
What message do you have to my 17 subscribers?
Watch the road, that's what I said.
You guys are listening to the best little emergency medicine medical students, so you should take their advice.
What is up, y'all? We are back. It is now 2:40 a.m. and we're done with our overnight shift. How we feeling, Dane?
Feeling great, man. Feeling amped. Like I could have gone for another 8 hours. I don't know.
Nah, the last hour is definitely more gruesome than the first 6, but we made it happen. What was your favorite part of the night?
Man, had a few traumas. I got to get in there, do the fast exam. Both negative, thankfully, but getting more confident in visualizing structures on the ultrasound. So.
Oh yeah, he is fast with those fast exams. I saw him find that kidney real quick, both times. I would say the lac repair was probably the most satisfying thing I did tonight, but also I had a pretty sick patient who ended up with a left bundle branch block and had to get admitted. Was also a cocaine user, so you know, those two go hand in hand sometimes. But yeah, we made it. We're gonna go to sleep, maybe get some Taco Bell.
Oof.
We'll see.
We'll end up in the ER with a GI blade.
We have to do it as a tribute to Christian. Shout out Christian. 3 a.m. grilled cheese is diabolical, dog. What is up, everyone? Good morning. It is Saturday at 11:30 a.m. I just woke up. We worked until 2:30 last night and we're so beat that we got home and absolutely just crashed. This weekend's schedule is a little different. We are on our overnight Peds rotation, so I get to start at 3 p.m. while Dane gets to start at 7 p.m. So I will be ending a lot earlier. But since it is only 11:30 and I still have 3.5 hours, I'm gonna go take my first MBME practice exam because this is still a required shelf, and which means there will be an exam at the end of this rotation. So I'm gonna go take my first MBME, hit the gym, and then get ready for work. Let's get it. Well, I came to a Foxtail, took my exam. Didn't do too hot, but you know, decent, I guess. All I know is it's gonna be a long night of reviewing. So now let's get this gym grind on. Wanna go pump, hit arms day, a little bit of chest, because you know you have to. Now I got 20 minutes to get ready, get home, get ready, and get to the hospital. Cutting it close, but we're gonna make it happen. It is so freaking hot. Look at these Hellcats though. These are nice cars. Hello, brother. I want you guys to witness this beauty. Oh yeah. That third quinoa, third brown rice, third garlic. That's our post-workout lunch. Oh, can't forget. Bam. Alright guys, finally finished my meal. And on my way to the hospital now, but before that, real quick, fit check. Bam. Went with the beige scrubs today because we're working pediatrics. All right, guys, finally in the car on my way to work. Oh man, if you are not from Florida, then you simply don't understand the summer heat that Florida gets. It is literally 95 degrees in my car right now. And just the time that it took for me to get from outside the door into my car, I'm already drenched in sweat. I have the AC on full blast. Hopefully cool myself down a little bit in the next 12 minutes that I have to drive to the hospital. Just to sweat again before I get into the actual ER. But regardless, it's still a good time. The cool air does feel good. So today I'm going to a pediatrics ER. It's actually a trauma center dedicated for peds as well. It's a separate building away from the main ER and trauma center. So the whole shift today from 3 to 11, I'm just going to be seeing pediatric cases. Most of the time they tend to be like cold flu type things, but occasionally you'll get some foreign bodies and sometimes you'll get a trauma. They're not as frequent as traumas you get with adults, but they do occasionally come through. This shift tends to be a little bit more fun just because you get to see a lot more patients. On the adult side, I tend to see about 3, maybe 4 patients throughout the day, but in pediatrics, I think I average about 7 to 8 patients. So it should be a fun time. I'm full of endorphins and energy right now just because I finished working out not too long ago. So hopefully I don't crash because I just had a big meal. So a Celsius will definitely be warranted later on in the shift. I don't know if I have any electric music fans out there, but this song has been my jam lately. It's called 4 AM by Stereo Clip. Well guys, I am finally finished and I am exhausted. We were so busy. It was quite literally patient after patient after patient after patient. But honestly, I love those kinds of days because time just flies by so fast. You're constantly on the move. You're constantly having to use your brain. And I don't know, there's a certain satisfying aspect to it. Guys, I had to do it. $20 worth of Taco Bell. We're about to munch. Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful morning, and I got a solid 9 hours of sleep, which I think was well warranted. I've finally been consistent going to the gym and running for the past several weeks since starting my EM rotation, so my body's been craving the extra sleep, which it finally got. But it's currently 11:30 and my overnight shift does not start till 6, which means I get about 5 hours of solid studying in. So we're gonna hit this kava shop. It's called Kava Cove in Orlando, and yeah, I'm excited to show you guys because it's been a little secret study spot that I found that I would normally go to late at night, but now I'm going in the day. But they have the perfect atmosphere and environment for me to kind of zone in, and if I want to relax and take my Pomodoro breaks, they have a little pool table, TVs, music, so plenty to do, and also a great environment to actually study in. So let's get to it. Also, please don't mind the mess behind me. We've been going to the beach and fishing at a pond recently, so it's kind of a mess. I have the seats down, but this car is gonna get a nice, beautiful makeover once I get home back to Pensacola. Last day fit check. We got the Birks, we got the Figs scrub pants, and hospital given scrub top. I don't know what they are, but we're at the cop bar. Well, guys, that was it. It's 10 o'clock. Just finished my last shift at ORMC, Orlando Health Emergency Department. It's a very bittersweet moment. I thoroughly enjoyed this rotation. It really just reignited my love for ER, honestly. Seeing these patients coming in critical states and having the ability to now actually use my knowledge and help them and actually come up with plan of care and do a physical and present patients and acting like a real doctor is just a humbling experience, and it just reminds me of what I truly came here to do, you know, to be a provider and help these people in their times of need. I think this last shift was great. I got to do a pretty big lac repair after an MVC, and I don't know, it was about like half a foot long in their calf, and it took like over an hour, but we ended up putting 19 stitches in, and it came out pretty nice, if I do say so myself. But also saw some critical patients, a lot of CHF exacerbation and shortness of breath, but overall a good shift to end on. Had a great preceptor, had some great food too. Had some sushi. Anyways, yeah, I love this rotation. It's a great experience. It really pumped me up for a future, and yeah, I'm just excited to see what is in store for me next in the next rotation, and to see where I finally end up for residency, honestly. And that's kind of what these rotations are for, is to check out these different programs in order to see where you truly fit in the most. So we'll see. Exactly this time next year, 365 days later, I will be in a residency program. Fingers crossed. So we shall see. I guess the pro is everything here was just amazing. The vibes were immaculate. The program directors are so nice and really like want the best for their students, and you can just tell the culture here is very camaraderie based, and everyone's just looking out for each other. And you know, you can just tell the vibes by how people interact with each other, and you can just tell that everyone's very happy to be there. No one seems to be burnt out really, and everyone is excited and enthusiastic about medicine. And you know, that's the kind of environment I want to surround myself with, because that's the kind of doctor I want to be, where I still have that passion and fire for medicine and which helps me be a better provider. So that's a huge pro for me, and the fact that everyone's just so willing to help and teach is amazing. Cons, I really can't think of a con here, honestly. I guess for the rotation, one of the downfalls was that this is a required rotation for me since it's my first ER rotation. So there is a shelf exam that I have to take in 2 days, actually, on Friday. So in the background, I was kind of studying after my shifts. Like, I would be tired, like right now, 10 p.m. I'm gonna have to go home and finish up my Anki cards. But besides that, I mean, studying for EM was kind of fun too, because like what I'm studying is gonna get applied in the actual department when I'm in my rotation too. So it wasn't that bad. It's just that extra stressor in the back of my head where I know I have to go take a 3-hour exam at the end of the 4 weeks. So but the future rotations, I mean, that exam is not going to be relevant, and I mean the information is going to be relevant, but I'm not going to have to take a shelf exam after my away rotation. So I think it'll be nice to kind of have that weight off my shoulders. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this rotation, and it was just an amazing time, honestly. I love being in the emergency department. It feels like I just feel like I belong there. So yeah, I'm very happy and satisfied with it. And yeah, I look forward to the future. All right, that was it. That's Orlando Health, y'all. All right, guys, end of rotation, last day beer. Cheers. Woo! Dane the Wagner with this shot, number 2.
Wow. You're a legend.
And just like that, emergency medicine rotation is over. Just took my 2.5-hour exam. You know, after all this time, you would think I'd get used to it, but no, it's still just as rough as the first time I took a long exam like that with no breaks. A minute and a half per question is kind of a stretch, and I always end up kind of pushing it to the last minute and answering the last question with like a minute or 2 to spare. So maybe that's a good sign of me having good time management with these questions. But you know, sometimes I do wish I had some extra time left over to look over the ones I marked. But anywho, exam's done. I never know how to feel about it afterwards. You know, there's always gimmies in the exam, and there's always those questions that kind of linger in the back of your head, make you ponder whether or not you actually answered it correctly or not. My strategy is I just don't change the answer I initially put, because that's usually the instinctual answer and it's usually the correct one. So if I'm in between 2 and I mark it and I do end up going back to it, I just stick, most of the time I stick to the answer choice that I selected to begin with. So it hasn't failed me yet. For the most part, I've done pretty decent on these exams, so hopefully this one is also pretty decent, hopefully an honor, we'll see. Since I am going into emergency medicine, it would be nice to have an honor in the emergency medicine, the shelf exam. So anywho, the rotation's officially done. I move out of my Airbnb with Dane tomorrow. Until then, you know, just gonna go enjoy the day, have some brewskis with the people and folks that took the exam today as well. Kind of say goodbye to some of the friends that are in the Orlando campus, and then head back to Pensacola for my step prep dedicated grind time. Oh no, the time has cometh. Here's Dane.
It's the end of an era.
It's the end of an era.
Oh
Bye. I'll see you on the other side after step 2.
If I make it.
So, the exam's done. We're finally gonna go out and enjoy the day. We have our friend Eric joining us.
Hey, y'all.
Say hello to the gram. Look at the fit.
I kind of ate, didn't I?
Kind of ate black on black with
What are you
brown.
wearing?
He's judging the fit. I think I'm killing it.
This is the replacement for Dane. Wait.
Okay.
Ah! If you like my vlogs and me talking about medicine, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. Check out my videos somewhere here or here or here. Yeah, and subscribe. Later.